It's the second trading day in the new year, and markets globally are becoming wary of the effects of emerging markets' risk-off sentiments and weak global growth outlook. Let's join Temple Ashaju now at the Nigerian Stock Exchange for update on today's trading activities. Hello, Temple. Well, is the Nigerian stock market taking a cue from the weak sentiment we've seen on the global market? The market started the new year in negative, and today at intraday, it was down 0.10%. What's the latest?
It's gone further than that now, Chimeze. It's down some 0.93% as things are going, as trade goes on in the market right now. You know, you talked about the risk of sentiment. Yes, this market is also feeling it, coupled with the fact that the elections are just a few weeks away, and that is supposed to be February, which is next month. That's one of the reasons why we are seeing these prospects of pressure on the market at this point in time, and this tepid form of session and weak investor sentiment in the system is going to persist because a lot of investors, whether foreign or domestic investors at this point in time, really don't want to leave money for too long in the market because you don't know the fate of this election. You don't know what the outcome will look like. As you know, at this point in time, compared to what we had in 2015, we should have been having more of campaigns here and there. You know, the politicians moving around town, talking about their promises for investors to also listen to, but that hasn't really happened. Things are looking a little bit bleak for a lot of the investors, and at this point in time, the market is feeling it. So you are going to be seeing more of portfolio rebalancing, adjustment in portfolio. A lot of speculative investors want to, at this point in time, tilt towards the debt market and see if they can take get some good yields there and quickly exit the market the way they can. But as we speak, as I said earlier, market is looking southwards right now, 93 basis points down. We've moved away from the 31,000 psychological line now back to the 30,000 psychological position of the market, and we've seen lackluster trading because, again, volume is around 28 million, and it's just valued at 155 to 160 million naira in the market. So the interest is really, really weak at this point in time. Look at the market breadth right about now. We have just 4 to 5 gainers all day in the market. But if you look at the losers, it's 25, 26, if not about 30 right now in the market. We've seen the positive sentiment in a few stocks. That will be just Vitafoam, which has a 25 kobo or thereabout declaration for investors, and of course Flour Mill, which is currently up at about 2% in the market. But if you look at a lot of the sectors, banking sector is down, a whole lot of the segments in the market are down. Industrial goods segment is down some 14 basis points. You got oil and gas marginally down some 0.05%. It's just the consumer goods segment, given the interest that we've seen on Vitafoam and of course Flour Mill, that is currently up, and it's really marginal. That's 0.06%, Chimeze.
Now, the first MPC meeting for the year has been scheduled for this month. What are the traders expecting?
So it's one of the things that they are watching because of the interest rates that a lot of central banks and emerging markets are likely to also increase this year, and the fact that low oil prices is something in the public space right now, and of course the fact that we have these political tensions across the globe at this point in time. Analysts have projected that we're also likely to, in 2019, maybe not at this MPC meeting, have an increase in our MPR. If it doesn't happen at this point in time, it will probably happen, you know, sometime soon. So they are expecting this particular development to also take place. So investors are pricing that into their investment decision, not looking at putting too much money on ground. If you have to put money on ground on a few stocks that hold some good or post some some good fundamentals for you. You want to quickly edge out on time so you don't get your fingers burned. And that speaks to what we're seeing currently in the likes of Diamond Bank, which had been on bid weeks before now. As we speak, Diamond Bank, for example, is down from 2 naira 13 kobo to 2 naira 12 kobo. And that is simply because the kind of sentiment, buy sentiment that we've seen over time is just no longer there. Access Bank, which is acquiring Diamond Bank, is also down by some percentage points, I think so, close to less than 6 naira at this point in time. So you're going to be seeing a whole lot of sell down on a lot of these names, a lot of these companies in the market, just because investors don't want to get fingers burned. If they don't sell down everything, they're probably just going to reduce and then hold just a bit, because again, when you have this kind of apathy on the part of investors, sometimes the whole idea is, let me just reduce so that much later when the results of elections come out, that speaks to economic performance again. The indices will start rising again. We're likely to see some kind of offshore investors, coming back for speculative reasons again. And then at that point in time, what you have left in January through February down to March will then have increased. And that's where you can then take profits. That's the kind of preparation that investors are having generally in the market. And for the MPC, CBN Monetary Policy Committee meeting, which holds this month, it's been priced in altogether for this point.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens eventually. Thank you, Temple. Well, mining companies operating in Zambia have failed to show how higher tax introduced this year will affect their profitability despite objecting to the new framework. The country's Africa's second-largest copper producer increased its sliding scale for royalties of 4 to 6% by 1.5 percentage points from January 1 and introduced a new 10% tax when the price of copper exceeds $7,500 per ton. Zambia also plans to replace value-added tax with a sales tax by April to help bring down mounting public debt. The Chamber of Mines said last month that as a result of the changes, more than 58% of Zambia's copper producers would be loss-making at current prices. Ochanda, Permanent Secretary for Mines, said his ministry had asked individual mining companies to provide financial models by Friday last week on how the new taxes would impact them, but none had done so. And that's it on the program. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chimezi Obi Iwagu.